Hey lovelies, how are you doing? You're welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, my name is Juliet and I'm welcoming you to create this beautiful look on my beautiful model today, and everything I use will be in the description down below. Make sure to check that out. So I started by cleansing her face first, and I was using the Garnier skincare. So this is for all skin types, and I love this micellar water because it leaves your skin super hydrated and also moisturized, and is suitable for all skin types. So I was just making sure that her skin is super clean before I lay any other product on top. And then I had to make sure that the eyebrows were clean and neat, so that by the time we're doing the eyebrows, everything was gonna come out super clean and the concealer won't be left on the hairs. You know how that messy can be. So to now prep the skin, I started by the Zaron Skin Regenerating Hydrating Serum. So this is a moisturizing and hydrating serum, and the thing I love about it is because I can be able to use it as a primer, and I can also be able to use it as part of your skincare routine, and it really leaves your skin super dewy and super moisturized and super hydrated. And I would actually recommend for your clients or yourself, if you have super dry skin and you have maybe combination skin, like you're suffering from places that get dry sometimes and you want them super moisturized and hydrated. Yeah, this is the product you should actually go for. And then after that, I used the Maybelline Fit Me Matte Poreless Primer. Again, I love this product because those clients that have super open pores, it gets to fill them really nicely, and it creates a super grip for the foundation and any other product that I will use after this. So I just distributed a generous amount on the face, and then I spread it nicely. Next up, I was trying to shade match the foundation that I was gonna use on this look, and it was a perfect match that I settled on this. So I was using the Super Stay 30 Hours, and I will be sure to include the shade. If you can't be able to see it clearly on the screen, just check that on the description box down below, the shade I was using. But you can see it was a perfect match on her skin. And then during this foundation process, I always insist, make sure you use a beauty blender or a foundation brush that is giving you quite a good press on the skin. It's not giving bristles finish, it's not giving a cakey finish. Just make sure you choose your tools of application super nicely, because they really determine how the look is gonna look in the end. So just make sure to always invest in a good beauty blender, and make sure that it's super damp and not wet but damp, so that you can always have the best
finish that you're looking for. So I did that, and I was applying a really tiny amount because her skin is super flawless. She's one of those people that really have cooperative skin, and it doesn't need so much coverage. So I was using a very little amount, and I was going for the entire face. So that's why I'm applying even on the eyelids and everywhere else. So just take your time in blending, take your time until your shoulders hurt. I always insist, if you want that look to come out skin-like. And yeah, you can see this is her with foundation, and this is how it was looking. I loved the perfect match. All right, so next I took these two concealers. The names are gonna be in the description down below, but they're the new 5-in-1 facelift concealers. These concealers are so good, and guys, I know I'm always using like Zaron cosmetics and all, but I am actually recommending these products. They are really good. If you see me sticking by them all this while, it's because I mean they serve me, and that's why I be using them. So make sure to try out like these 5-in-1 concealers, and you can actually even use them alone without foundation, and they will give you a super nice coverage. They're hydrating, they're creamy, they're all that in it. So just put that on the under eye, and as you can see, I used just a shade lighter. I didn't go 2 or 3 lighter. I just wanted like just a shade lighter. That's why I mixed 2, but they gave me like just a shade lighter from that, and I was just applying on the areas where I wanted them highlighted. So that's on like the chin, on the forehead, and around the under eye. Always make sure to have a good blush to always add warmth to that face, because sometimes when you not planning to contour, because I wasn't planning to contour on this look, the blush always works for me, and I've really been loving how this Zaron Cosmetics blush in this shade of Woo Woo has always comes out in every other skin tone. Like it works for me whether the skin is dark skin, whether the skin is medium, whether the skin tone is like light skin. Yeah, it always like works for me. So I was using the other side of the beauty blender to just spread it on the apple of the cheeks all the way up. You know how we do it on the blush, and always be generous with it, as I was, but not too much. Not too much. Little goes a long way. So just spread that really nicely on the particular area where the blush goes, and always make sure to put a little bit on the chin area, you know, just for a realistic warmth on the face. So that's a turn to see how the blush came out. And then next I wanted us to set the under eye, and I was using the Brownskin by Zaron on the under eye, and I just used a beauty blender to just make sure there were no creases before I went in with the powder. And I'm just gonna use a little bit amount because I will later go in with a loose powder. So I was using a powder brush. It's from Zaron too, and I was just making sure that no creases will form once we finalize the entire look, and just to give it a super flawless, poreless finish. So that's what we are going for. So I'm just setting on all the areas that I used the concealer. Yeah. So after that, I'm using the Zaron Veil loose powder, and I'm using this triangle powder puff. They've really been trending, and they're actually doing a good job. Oh, and you guys, did you know that you can actually use this powder puff when it's wet? Not really, why do I keep saying wet? When it's damp, to actually apply your foundation. I tried that on my previous video, and you can actually check it out and see that it actually gave me like a super nice flawless finish. So you can not only use them for loose powder or powder, you can also use them for liquid formulations. So I was just trying to make sure that I set the under eye to sort of bake it a little. yeah, now on to the crease area, because I want us now to go to the eyeshadow. I was using the 5-in-1 facelift concealer by Zaron. Definitely I will include the name in the description down below. And I was using the other side of the beauty blender we've been using to just spread that product on the crease really nicely so that it creates a base for our eyeshadow application. And I apologize the fact that this particular footage right here that you're seeing is not quite clear. It's quite blurry. I think it lost some focus somewhere on the way, but yeah, it's gonna get better as we go by. So just spread that concealer really nicely, and you will be sure to have a very smooth canvas when applying the eyeshadow. Then I took the powder that we used to set and just a little bit of it to set that eyelid so that it doesn't crease again during eyeshadow application. To the palette that I am using, I was using the new collection of Prime and Pop eyeshadow, and then that's the particular shade that I was using. And again, this is the only palette that I used the entire video, so you can just check this particular palette. It's gonna be in the description, and just apply as I'm applying if at all you're trying to create this look as I am doing. So I started with like a dark brown on the crease, and then I also went, so that was acting as my transition color. And let's just follow through what I'm doing. Then here I'm going in with a darker brown, like a very pigmented brown, and I was just using it on top of the transition color. Yeah, so just follow what I'm doing. Time to cut the crease. This is always my favorite part when I'm doing these client tutorials, and I was using Rose. That's the name of the concealer that I used, and it's also from Zaron Cosmetics. And sorry, I apologize that the action of me cutting the crease got lost somewhere. I think my phone stopped recording and I didn't realize, so I'm really sorry about that. And oh, when I said I only used one palette, I think I had forgotten. So I took this next palette that definitely will be in the description down below, and I took that particular orange. It's to the brown, to the orange, like it's a brown orange tone color, and that's what I took to apply on the crease. And I was using a fluffy brush that you saw on the screen. And what I love about these palettes is that they're super pigmented. Like, you can just see for yourself that it's super pigmented and it doesn't have any fallouts, and that's like what I usually love about an eyeshadow. And every other person who loves eyeshadow out there, you want your eyeshadow to give you an easy time. I don't want to be there like applying so many coats for me to get the pigmentation and then it's falling out on my face. And then for those people that do the skin fast like we did in this video, that can really be messy and frustrating. So yeah, that's what I really liked about these eyeshadows. And guys, if you want to see like a full another video of me reviewing the palettes, because I have all of them, we can actually do that. Just let me know in the comments down below, and I'll definitely enjoy creating a video for you in that sense. So just pack that on the crease where we had cut, and I winged this crease because I wanted it to be dramatic but not dramatic. I don't know if you're getting what I'm saying. Like, they're crazy cut creases, but this one, the only crazy thing about it is the fact that I just winged it a little, and this is what I was going for actually. So yeah, just make sure to apply. I can see I took another orange color the next to it, and I was just applying on the tip of the crease. Then next up, I took this glitter liner and I just specifically applied it on top of exactly where I had cut the crease, all the way to where I have winged it outside. And I also started in the beginning. I didn't start all the way from the start. Do you see that eyeshadow already? Do you see it? Like, you can tell it's definitely gonna look so good by the time we're done with this look. I know you guys can't wait to see the finished product. But yeah, so to line the eyes, I took this Zaron HD liquid liner, and that's what I was applying on top of the eyelid, just to set and prepare for when we are gonna do the lashes.
Twist my fingers up on a bang on them. Lele oh, yeah. Tobalo ko macho, yeah. Tobalo mako macho, yeah. Nobody know tomorrow. Choro ka choro. And if a boy feel macho, make him lick red like a tomato. If him not dead, then he comatose. No go fambo. As that day comes, as I go, God watch over me, oh Lord. I cannot trust my neighbors. As that day comes, as I go, God watch over me, oh Lord.
I did the lashes offline, and this is how they were looking like. And just to make the full eye look complete, I took the Zaron Cosmetics 3-in-1 Wink Mascara, and I was using the tiny side because it's two-sided. I was using the tiny side because it's able to be precise to the eye area, and it's able to get to each and every little strands that you can get on the eye. So just make sure to do that, and then your eye look will be super complete. Now we're doing the lips. So the lips, I am using a beauty blender and the concealer that I was using to cut the crease, and I applied that along on her lips, I mean. So this trick, I saw it on YouTube from a couple of other content creators, and I've been using it on a couple of clients, and I've been loving the result. So where you apply the concealer first, and it can act as actually the color of the lip. And then I took this Davis pencil and I made sure to line her lips, and just to create dimension and to give them like a pouted look. So guess what's next, guys? You see the color that I was using on the lips? I'm not sure, is it the one? So I'm gonna tap it on the screen. So that's the color that I used on the lips. So I'm just gonna tap it, the same technique, usually tap the eyes, and I tapped that color on the lips. You're gonna see me do that shortly. And that was my eye look for today. So you see that's like the color I used on the lips. So I used, like, whatever process I used on the eyes is the process that I've used on the lips. The concealer, then the eyeshadow on top, and then I'm gonna go on top with two glosses that you're gonna see. One is from Zaron Cosmetics, the other one I bought it from Dubois. It's really a nice gloss, so please don't come at me because I said it's from Dubois. It's probably like the only product that I bought here on this video. Anyway, am I talking too much? So just make sure the pigmentation is right, just how you want it. There you go. That gloss, that's the gloss that I'm talking about. And then now this Zaron Cosmetics gloss. And then I started with the nude one, the one from Zaron Cosmetics, and then on top I topped up with a clear one, just to make sure the whole look is looking powdered and the lips were shiny the way I wanted. So just take your time on the lips, the same way you take your time on the eyes, because I mean, it's the lips, the eyes, and the face. It's everything. So now that the lips were done, I dusted away the loose powder that was on her face, and she could see herself on the phone and she was super impressed. I mean, just look at her reaction. She was super impressed, as I was, and I super loved this look and I loved creating it. Look at that. Everything is giving. The highlight is on its place. The lips are giving. I mean, who can say that we used eyeshadow and concealer on the lips and just a simple Davis pencil? Look at the eyeshadow. Look at the simple eyebrows. Look at her skin. Look at everything. Like, the complexion is giving, and I loved everything. And now that you have seen, I would like you guys to subscribe to my YouTube channel, like this video, share it, and comment. And be sure to check the description box down below so that you're sure of all the products that I used on this video. So guys, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, bye. Love you. Mwah.